Yeah, we came out, played a good solid second half. I thought both teams kind of battled a little bit in the first half for dominance and had momentum, and it changed hands a couple times. We didn't finish that well, but the second half we came out and played with that kind of intensity that we have to play with.
Phil, what did the officials tell you about the fight?
There's no fight.
The Blake-Terry incident.
There were two cock roosters bumping chests is what it was, and, just heated up and, just some pushing and shoving going on. And all they said is we went and ejected him. Joey's real quick with that. He ejects guys if they have a hanging nail.
What did you see that led to Matt's ejection?
Matt pushed. Matt came in and shoved because Terry, kept going at it. And, then one of their coaches grabbed Matt. That's not what you do. You grab your own players. That's kind of the rule of the game.
Are you concerned you might lose Matt for tomorrow?
Possible.
Now, how conscious of what was going on in the stands? Were you guys aware of that?
Well, they stopped the game. Obviously that brought consciousness to everybody that, hey, the referees are stopping the game. But not really.
Can you remember
what happened?
Well, there was one fight
Your report.
behind the basket. There was a big guy.
Yeah.
They couldn't get him out, and they finally did. And then behind the Mavs bench was a woman,
Okay.
and they threw her out too. But you
Joey had nothing to do with that one?
Yeah. you didn't notice anything until they stopped the game?
No, I felt the surge of the crowd.
And lastly, what about Shannon? What did you see that led to his?
Oh, that was nothing. It was just because there was another thing going on that, he was ejected.
Do you like to see the level of intensity? I mean, maybe you don't want to see ejections, but
No, I mean, we don't want the game to end up like that. But yeah, you want to see players, competing and then caring about the game and the level, which brings that kind of intensity. It's just a build up, and it's build up for what we can see down the road.
What could an incident like this bring to a potential second round?
Who knows? But each one has got a taste of the other team in their mouth, and they know kind of what to expect.
How much of it do you think stemmed from their frustration? I mean, just with the
Of
game
course.
become?
That's part of the game is, you get frustrated when things don't go well. And we had a big run.
Well, the Mavs only shot about 27 or 28% in the second half. You mentioned the intensity. Was that the driving factor, or did you do something else defensively with an adjustment?
We just kept them off balance. We kept them out of the places they wanted to shoot the ball, and kept them off balance. And it started off, with a number of things that went the right way for us. Dirk, got an offensive foul, and he was unhappy, and various guys got unhappy out there because I thought our defense was stepping up and making plays.
You've got another game in Utah in about 20 hours.
Right.
What's the biggest part of that challenge?
Travel, getting there, getting to bed and getting some rest.
Is that, you've done almost everything right since the All-Star break. Is this probably because of the, as you call it, some games you just lose to attrition?
Yeah.
Is this the biggest challenge in this round?
It's a big one. In Utah's, I don't know, they lost 5 in a row. They're very hungry for a win, so they're going to be pumped up. They had a couple days off.
With San Antonio losing again, are you at a point now where you start thinking about that?
Well, we still have games to play in Utah and Denver this Sunday, and Denver's probably one of the hotter teams in the league. And after that game, if we go on the road and we do well on the road, then we'll start thinking about the seriousness of making this thing down the stretch. But San Antonio still has a game tomorrow night and one on Sunday, so they're playing, and they look pretty good tonight, even though they lost. They had some good runs.
What did you think of Lamar's big shots tonight?
They were timely, really put emphasis in the game, and unfortunately, Dallas came right back, got it back to 12 again after we put it up to 20. But that's a big push for us in the fourth quarter.
you think there was some thought on the six-man award? He's playing against Jason Terry. Terry wasn't having a great game, and he put maybe that was it.
Yeah, it was definitely a showboat or a showcase for his, you know, six-man award.
After the ejections, they did make, like you said, alluded to, they made a little bit of a run. Was there, I don't know, something about the incident, maybe either sparking them, or you guys not handling it, like?
No, you know, I thought it sparked that. That's obviously something that, you know, they're gonna step up to. Nowitzki hit a shot, and then, you know, Stoichkov hit a three, and, you know, a three-point play, and, you know, those things happen. Teams, they have a lot of pride as a team. They have a lot of character.